Before we continue the story of what was in that bedroom, I need to tell you about something that wasn't there. A compound that predates every tube we discussed in episode 2. A compound that was being rubbed into people's skin 50 years before Michael Jackson was born. A compound so toxic the FDA banned it in 1973, and a compound that, as of today, is still being sold. Understanding mercury and what happened to it tells you everything about the world that the Jackson Protocol existed within. And it tells you who pays the price when regulatory systems fail the people they are supposed to protect. Mercury compounds, specifically ammoniated mercury, mercury chloride, and phenylmercuric salts, were the dominant active ingredients in skin-lightening creams globally. From the early 1900s through the 1970s, they were sold openly, marketed aggressively, and used by millions. In Africa, in Asia, in the Caribbean. The language of colorism was built into every advertisement. The toxicology was built into every jar, and nobody was told. The mechanism is straightforward. Tyrosinase, our gatekeeper enzyme, depends on sulfhydryl groups, thiol bonds that maintain the enzyme structure. Mercury ions have an extraordinarily high affinity for sulfhydryl groups. They bind to them with irreversible force, permanently deforming the enzyme. Tyrosinase stops working. Melanin production stops. The skin lightens. And then the mercury does what mercury does. It is readily absorbed through unbroken skin. Every application sends mercury into the bloodstream. It accumulates in the kidneys, causing nephrotoxicity, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier. Here is what makes mercury cream toxicity so insidious. Nobody drops dead the first day. The damage is cumulative. It arrives over months and years. Disguised as anxiety, as memory problems, as personality changes. The woman being poisoned is not connecting her symptoms to the cream. In 1973, the FDA banned mercury. The products disappeared from U.S. shelves, except they didn't. They migrated to countries with weaker regulations. A 2022 survey found mercury contamination in products labeled as mercury-free. Some had levels thousands of times above the legal limit. Thousands of times. Mercury cream neurotoxicity is the silent pandemic. Millions of people absorbing a potent neurotoxin daily while being told it is making them more beautiful. But chemistry is not the whole story. You can understand every molecule in that room and still not understand the person who needed them. What does that man see when he looks in the mirror? In episode 4, we go somewhere the toxicology reports cannot reach. We go inside. Episode 4, The Wound.